Hey guys, welcome back. So I am recovering from a really nasty upper respiratory virus. Um, Not sure what, maybe RSV. It's been a beautiful day out, but I've been still under the weather, so not able to do much outside. So I thought, what about, I've got this catalog. I've got $25 gift I haven't spent yet in cash, and I have a coupon for the seed company. What if we make a quick video for this company, Seed Savers Exchange? I've ordered from them before. They have free shipping right now on $25, and I'm going to spend $25 after my $5 off coupon that they sent me in my email. So I thought, what if we spend a little time and peruse this catalog and see what I can get for $25? What will I choose? What will a gardener who has way too many seeds, way too many seeds, what will she order? Before we go through the 2025 catalog, I just went through the 2024 really quickly because I didn't do that last year and I want to recycle this. But I found this planting guide that I can just keep handy for the next few months as I'm sowing seeds and getting things out in the garden. And there were so many wonderful recipes in that catalog. So if you only order the catalog just to browse and look at the beautiful pictures and the recipes, I thought that was kind of cool. It's the next morning. Still having a lot of drainage and sneezing. I didn't feel quite well enough last night to go all the way through the seed catalog because it's a pretty big catalog. But I'm back at it this morning. I've got my coffee. Everyone is at school and where they need to be. So I'm going to sit down, enjoy the morning. It's a very cold morning. High yesterday 70. Today's high is 37 degrees. So huge shift, huge difference, right? No wonder people are getting sick so often, even though I know it's not weather related, it's a virus. So the reason I really like this seed company and many others that focus on a specific mission statement to preserving seed saving. So I know with this catalog, you can see it says open pollinated, untreated, non-hybrid, non-GMO. So the seeds in this catalog are going to be open pollinated and or heirloom seeds. And that means, guess what? You can save those seeds. If you want them to be true, you're going to have to isolate the blossom, the flower, so that there's not cross-pollination. You know, I don't always do that. But if you want it to be super duper true without any possibility of interference from nature as far as getting across, just do those steps and order from a company like this, and you know that you'll be able to save the seeds. So with that being said, when we get to the tomato section, guess what? I'm going to try to breeze through it. I had a horrible time with heirlooms last summer, and I have a gazillion tomato seeds. I do not need tomato seeds. Heather, repeat, I do not need tomato seeds. Now, I did order several hybrids. I got those in last week. I think I'm going to go heavy on hybrid tomato seeds this year. I will not be saving the seeds from those because they're unstable and you can't predict what the future offsprings will develop into. But we can save the seeds from these seeds in this catalog. So let's get started. I realize this could be a very boring video to some people. I'm just doing it for fun because I've never made a video like this. I've been doing YouTube now for about 2.5 years, and I've never made a video where I just kind of go through the seed catalog and look for stuff to buy. Like, I have no preconceived notion of what I should buy or what I want to buy. I don't need any seeds. I'm just browsing like for fun, just to kind of see what I might want to order. Now, I'm not going to read all the articles with you guys watching because that definitely would be super boring for you guys. And it looks like they are celebrating their 50th year. And they do have a seed saving exchange. You can look into that if you're interested in donating seeds and or exchanging seeds. Looks like they've got some kind of conference coming up. And I'll just kind of pan through all of this. What I'm looking, oh, look at that hummingbird. What I'm looking for are some really unique seeds that I have not had. Gosh, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous catalog. You can still order it because I went on their website the other day to check that out. Wow, that's a pretty gecko there, maybe.
Oh, I'll have to read that later. I'm going to take my time and go through this catalog later. I'm not going to do that now, even though it's tempting to get distracted here. All the beautiful stuff, all the pictures. Look at that garden. Okay. So since this is their 50th anniversary, this seed catalog seems to have a lot of this information about some of the seed growers and their programs and so forth. Here we go. The 2025 seed catalog. Alrighty. I think this is the same as Tromboncino, or close enough. I've grown the Tromboncino before. I love that. That's one of my favorite squashes. Definitely will try to grow it again this year, even though I have a horrible, horrible time with the squash vine borers. I'm not going to order any lettuce seeds. I have so many lettuce seeds. Okay, this is a recipe. Oh my goodness. Have you ever heard of lettuce soup? So this might be a recipe I need to pull out and save. I can't even imagine eating a soup of lettuce. That is very interesting. And I love how some of these seeds are for the recipes that they include in the catalog. Okay, I have grown this hollyhock before. And I've never grown the fig hollyhock flower before. I don't really need hollyhock seeds. So I'm thinking for my $25 maximum amount I want to spend today, I'm looking at maybe 5 to 6 seed packets that I can probably buy today. Wow, look at those gorgeous seeds. So these are black, all black bean. It's called Black Valentine. Looks like the type of bean I like to grow. It's slender, it's round. Now my great grandmother used to grow, let's see if it's in here. Oh, here's another recipe, green bean dumpling soup. That looks interesting too. I've grown dragon's tongue before. I always kind of think it looks kind of ugly though, so funny about vegetables that are different color than the standard that you grow up with. Okay, so she used to grow the Kentucky Wonder Pole, and so the first year I got heavy into gardening, I'm like, I'm gonna grow what she grew, and I bought me a packet of Kentucky Wonder Pole, and they are more of the flat bean, the long flat kind of bean. That's not my favorite. Now, I've never tried the Kentucky Wonder Bush. That is something I was curious about. It looks like it's $4.25 for 50 seeds. I'm going to go get a piece of paper and start a list, because that could be on the maybe list, because I did want to try those. They look a little bit more round, but they kind of look like they still got that big humpy seed in there. I'll tell you some of my favorite seeds because they're actually on this page. I have grown Ideal Market multiple times. Really like that one. And I've grown Rattlesnake several years. It's not my top. I would definitely probably go more Ideal Market than Rattlesnake, but I do like Rattlesnake. This one right here, Provider, and that is my favorite bush bean currently. That is a really good bean. You can see the ones I like are more of the kind of circular shape. The bean seed isn't like protruding out through the skin as much as like this one. So yeah, good mother. Okay. Really don't need to buy too many of these bean seeds. So let me get some paper. List here, and I was looking over at. I have been thinking about a pole, like a vine lima bean. So I've grown Henderson limas in the past, which is a bush. I've actually grown the Christmas limas before, but I was thinking about growing one that could climb a trellis and maybe not have tomatoes on my one raised bed area trellis, and grow the climbing butter beans or limas this summer. I have plenty of cowpeas still. Definitely still have plenty of edamame. I overbought last year. Every time I placed a seed order, I thought that I was out, and I have multiple packs now. And then the Scarlet Runners, they just always make me so nervous, even though they're gorgeous and stunning. There's that, I guess something in my mind growing up, or just whatever, that they're toxic, and they are toxic to dogs. So I can't grow them in the backyard or anywhere that Tonto could reach them, because he does love to pull down my pea vines. He may think this is a pea vine. So I just don't know. I know you got to thoroughly cook them. It's just something that makes me nervous. So if you have experience with Scarlet Runners, I'm the same way with sweet peas. I'm like, well, what if someone accidentally thinks it's a pea pod, not a sweet pea pod? So I just get nervous about some of these items, but they are gorgeous. I know the hummingbirds love these flowers. I have grown a dwarf scarlet runner vine before that I got from, where did I get that? Maybe Hudson Valley. It was a dwarf vine that I grew out front in a planter just for like an ornamental decorative display. And it was beautiful. Definitely not ordering any beet seeds. Have plenty of beet seeds. Have so many cabbage, not cabbage. Well, I do have so many brassica seeds, but particularly I have a ton of kale seeds. So I'm not ordering any kale or brassicas, no broccoli, no cabbage, no cauliflower. Now I might look and see what type of Brussels sprout seeds they have. I already have those seeds. I don't need those. That's all I saw. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly kind of breeze through here. Do love collard greens. Gosh, I don't know how many collard seeds I have left. That could be something to maybe put on the list and come back over here and look. Actually, take that back. I saved my own seeds last year. I isolated the blossom from this variety that is kind of coming back. They're trying to save the seed. And so I did that last year. It was a long process because it's kind of like a biannual in that, you know, these collards grew in 2023. And then in that second year, the 2024 year, they started to bolt in the early spring, late winter. And then once they developed flower pods, that's when I isolated the seed with a mesh bag. And then it took so long for those seeds to ripen and dry out the seed pods. But I have a ton of those seeds. So do not look at collard seeds. Keep going. I love kohlrabi, but I think I have a pack somewhere. I think it's actually a duo pack with purple and the lighter greenish white color. Do not need any mustard. I have heard that if you had trouble with click beetles or wire worms, which yes, I have suffered with that in my raised bed area, you can plant mustard as a cover crop and that will help take care of them. So I do have what are these? Rutabaga. Do have some rutabaga that I think overwintered. I may reseed a little bit, but I don't need any seeds for that. So let's just keep going. Do not need carrot seeds. I'm not even going to look at those. Corn. I have grown baby corn before, and I have grown broom corn here in my suburban HOA neighborhood, but they're not happy about it. So I'm not going to be growing any corn here on this property, unfortunately. Not because I don't want to. It's just they don't really appreciate people digging up their yards and planting gardens here in an HOA. So that is one reason why we really want to move. I do have a lot of cucumber seeds. So this one looks kind of cute. And this one sounds interesting too. Crystal apple. Let's see where it's kind of originating from. Sometimes with these heirloom seeds, if you kind of look at where their history lies, you might be able to kind of determine, okay, that might be a great variety for me if it's kind of acclimated to a similar growing zone. So I have grown Armenian before. It's not bad, but I have the seeds. Yeah. I'm really not even gonna look at these seeds. Jelly melon. It took me like 2 or 3 years of trying to grow jelly melon. And then once we actually got a plant to germinate and grow and produce, my daughter and I did not even like the fruit. So I'm not going to grow that again. Now this North Carolina heirloom, this could be something for me to think about because they might have like a similar growing zone, climate. So it might do well here. Ugh, cucamelons. They have caused me so many summers trying to pull those vines. They are basically perennial here for me, and they will come back from the roots. and the seeds that drop. So that was my one big regret. Not my only regret, but you know, definitely not going to plant those again. Grown this lemon cucumber before. Didn't really particularly love it. I'm kind of leaning more towards the green cucumbers. There is one I love from Hudson Valley, and it is Silver Slicer. So I do try to grow that usually in the summer, at least one plant or two. I have tried this Florida High Bush before. The year that I tried that, I also grew Black Beauty, which I don't see it here. The Black Beauty outperformed, but I think I might try those seeds again this year. But I'm not going to order any eggplant seeds. Really only need, 2 to 5 eggplants, eggplant plants. Oh, what's this? Scarlet Companion. It's a book. Okay. A year in my garden. Those are kind of weird looking. Huh. Sweet red. Kind of weird. I don't know if I even want to eat those. They look like eyeballs to me. Oh, see, there's garlic available July 1st. Now, I do need some new bunch and onion seeds. And I I love ground cherries, but no one else here in my family likes them. And it really draws the squirrels. They love them so much. Okay. So I have a tomato pie recipe that I make in the summer. This one has eggs in it, but we could leave that out. I might look at their recipe here, see if it looks any different than the one I made. If you notice me having to shift off the camera, that's because I need a Kleenex break. So lettuce, I've been on a no buy in lettuce freeze for at least, I didn't buy any last year at all. 2023, I bought minimal. So I'm not buying any more lettuce seeds. And I do think their germination does go down a bit after a couple years. So I really need to push using up what I have and then only order enough to use within a 1 to 2 year period. But some of these are just stunning and gorgeous, and I do love lettuce. Love salad. Oh, here's a nice, pretty iceberg. I did get some iceberg lettuce seeds one year, and they actually grew quite well. They were just called iceberg. I think that was the name of it. Yes, love the lettuce, but I'm not going to buy any. I'm just not going to buy any. I'm not a fan of the specked pattern on the lettuces. That's just me, though. I always think that there's something wrong with it, like a disease. And I know it's not. It's just, that's what I think. Winter Density, I've grown this many times. That's a good lettuce. And then the melons. Goodness, I have so many melon seeds. I'm not going to buy. Although, I wonder if that Amish would be any good. I have grown both of these, Emerald Green and Minnesota Midget. This one actually grows well on trellis, a raised bed area. So let's just go through the melons because I really don't need any. But it would be kind of cool to try something unique someday, like maybe the tiger. It looks pretty. Looks really small though, very small. This one, okay, Mother Mary's pie. There was a recipe in last year's book for that, to make an apple pie with it. You actually use the fruit chopped up like apple slices, and you mix it with apple to make an apple pie. I thought that was interesting because just looking at this melon here, it doesn't look appetizing to me by itself because of the coloring, I think. Alrighty, let's see what else we got going on here. Artichokes. I need to get some more artichokes started right now. I already got my celery going because it's self-seeded, planted itself. Parsnips. I don't have any parsnips seeds. Maybe that could be something to put on the maybe list. I'll write that down because I think those seeds can dry out really easy as well, and you don't need to keep them year to year. But I could be wrong. I'll double check that. Let's see. I still have radicchio seeds. Here's another parsnip. 120 days, 150 days. Wow. Oh, here's the broomcorn. Isn't that beautiful? I love the broomcorn I grew one year. I grew it interplanted with amaranth, a really tall, beautiful, I think it's called bronze. It was just a gorgeous fall display, and I used both of those to make a beautiful fall display at the end of summer season going into fall. Okra. I think I have enough okra. And I'm not going to order any okra. And I'm kind of like, I just like the same old with okra. Usually go right here for the Clemson Spineless. I have tried a few other varieties. The deer really like after my okra this past summer. I got one pod, one for me. It was ridiculous. I think they ate it down at least 3 times. I do need some buncheon onions. I do need buncheon onions. And onions, that's another seed you really don't want to save indefinitely, like probably within a year. I would say just buy your onion seeds when you need them. Don't hang on to them year to year. I have noticed a decrease in germination. This looks like a buncheon onion, but I'm seeing the word perennial in there, Japanese perennial. That might be something I'm very interested in, so I don't have to keep replanting. Could be one of the yes. So far, I've only got one thing on the yes side of this list. So I've got my onions out there, my winter sowing, and they actually are just starting to break through the seed and starting to sprout, which is so cool. Okay, peas. I have a bunch of peas to go through it. I'm not going to buy any peas. Love sugar snap peas. I do not really love like snow peas that much, and I do not even fool with shelling peas. That's a lot of work for me right now in my life. The season I'm in, I just feel like English peas or shelling peas, it's a lot of work compared to costs that I might spend to buy even organic frozen peas. And I like frozen peas. I don't like canned peas, but I like frozen peas. So I choose not to grow those just because I'd rather put my money and effort and time into the sugar snap peas, which are very, very expensive, and it's hard to find really good, fresh, plump ones in the grocery store. So that's kind of a trade-off there. When you got limited space, you have to make those kind of choices. I have grown these Tom Thumb pea plants before. They are adorable, and they really are only like 8 inches tall. So I've put them in the green stock before, and I've also grown them on my kitchen windowsill. And they actually produced, and now these plants don't produce a lot. For me, it's more of a fun project, like a novelty. It'd be great for children. This would be great for like toddlers, preschool, well, not toddlers. I'd say preschool age and up, preschool, first, second grade, kindergarten, a fun project to grow your own little pea plant that produces, not that many pods, but enough that you can taste and have fun with. All right, let's see what else here. Peppers. I really, really don't need pepper seeds either. So we're just going to browse through quickly. We're not going to buy any pepper seeds. Nope, I'm not going to buy any pepper seeds at all. I've grown this Bulgarian carrot before. I still have some. I still have so many dehydrated hot peppers. It's not even funny. And I have these black Hungarian seeds. I've not grown those yet. So I'm not going to even think about it. Although, well, I've grown this fish pepper before, and it is gorgeous. I loved it just for the beauty. I love that plant so much. I have some of those peppers dehydrated as well for cooking. And I don't even like spicy. Like, I like a little bit of spice, but not hot. So I don't use my peppers that much. So I have so many still up. And this Georgia Flame, let me look about that. That might be interesting. Not even going to look. I'm just going to keep on going. Yep. I've got 11 pepper plants overwintering in the garage. So there's really no sense. I have these chocolate beauties. I've never even grown those. I have the seeds. I have the bullnose as well. I haven't grown those. So we're just going to keep going. We are just going to keep going. They are pretty though. I do think peppers are gorgeous. And it seems to grow really well here. They seem to be very happy. Honestly, I think they love my part sun location. Because when I put them out in the full sun, they get a little bit blistery and not so happy, not so beautiful. All right, radishes, gazillion radish seeds. I'm going to keep on going. Spinach, I have so many spinach seeds. And I'm not going to buy any. I'm going to use up what I have. I will point this out here, though. These 2 alternatives to spinach that you can grow. I still have seeds for this strawberry spinach. And I have tried 2 to 3 different times to germinate them. I think I'm going to go find those seeds today, and I'm going to put them in a milk jug outside the winter sow and see what happens. Because I would like to try that. I think it is so gorgeous, and I think I might be able to put it in my front landscape as like an edible landscape plant. However, we need to check and see if the deer love that plant as well. Squash is like a heartbreak for me. I do love squash. I really do. But I have like just a horde of squash bombers that live here late spring through early fall. They don't ever seem to leave. And they tried to violate every single squash plant. I did not get any squash last summer at all. The year before that, I got 2 fruits, max. The year before that, I did better, but that was only because I literally started my plants early. I carried them in and out of the house for like a month to get them acclimated to the weather and so they could get some sun. It was a really long, tedious process, but I got, I think, 11 fruits off of one plant before it died from squash vine borer. But wow, look at that dinosaur. I've never seen that one before. Oh, it's a gourd. Okay. Well, it's pretty. So I just buy my squash now in the summer. I keep trying, just, I don't know why, just because I have so many seeds, I guess. Okay, so do not need Swiss chard seeds. Have so many. Tomatillo. I don't know if I have room this year. I did grow some out front in my front bed one year. They did fine. Maybe I'll do that. Not sure yet. I'm not sure about the purple either. I'm just not sure how that would look in sauce. Have y'all ever grown purple? And if you did, what did it look like when you made your sauces? I was just kind of curious about that purple color. Oh no, tomatoes. Yep, we are just going to zoom through here. Black Krim, I grew last year, surprisingly. It kind of won me over. I didn't think I was going to like it in the beginning of the season. Black cherry, love black cherry more than chocolate cherry. I used to love chocolate cherry. Then I grew black cherry. So now I don't grow chocolate cherry anymore. I've grown this black Seaman. It was okay, but I think Black Krim, Paul Robeson probably did better. Oh, Eva Purple, I've grown that. That's a keeper. It's a smaller fruit though, but that was definitely a flavorful tomato. Now remember, these are all heirlooms, so they may be prone to disease. Yes, I've also grown the Paul Robeson too, a couple years. I don't know if I like Black Krim better. It's hard to tell because each season is so different. I don't really grow green tomatoes, so I'm not gonna look at those. I've grown Moon Glow. I actually grew my Moon Glow. Well, I grew Moon Glow last summer. It struggled in the heat and the humidity and all the issues we had last year that brought on a lot of tomato disease. It struggled. Really struggled. So I'm just gonna try Amish paste. I grew that last year too. That did pretty good. I just need to get through these tomatoes because I don't need any tomato seeds at all. Mortgage Lifter. That I grew one year, did pretty good. I don't know, I still have the seeds, so I have to think about growing that again too. I think maybe this year I'll do grow 30% heirloom and, you know, the rest non-heirloom, more hybrids. Just because I've got to really get away from all these tomato diseases. Oh, I keep tearing the pages. I'm getting a little too aggressive here. Oh, another tomato pie recipe. I definitely will have to look at this later. This looks more like the recipe I make. Let's see. I grew this one last year too. Silvery fir tree. It got taken out as well eventually by disease, but I do think it is determinate, right? Yes, determinate. Yeah, this one, I remember. I think this would do better in a cooler climate. And look, it says it's from Russia, so that explains it. So it did not do well here. Humid, hot, muggy. It didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Don't grow too many yellowy orange tomatoes, except I do love Dr. Witchy's. Did not love cream sausage. Probably should donate those seeds. I mean, it was beautiful. Absolutely stunning and beautiful plant. Has a wild foliage and growth pattern. I've never tried white cherry, but honestly, I'm just not drawn to the lighter colored tomatoes like this. Watermelons still have so many watermelon seeds. Do not look. Do not look. Okay, so herbs. This could be somewhere that we could actually order something. Think about ordering the anise seeds. I'm going to write that down over here as maybe, yes. But I need to double check. We need to double check and make sure I don't already have those seeds. Tons of basil seeds. Do not need basil. I've got some dill in winter sowing container outside. I've had a horrible time trying to get cumin to germinate. I'm going to try one more time with the seeds I have. I think I'll start some chamomile too outside in my winter sowing, but I have the seeds. Here's a good looking recipe too. Condensed tomato soup. Do not need oregano. Do not need any of this. Nope. Has anyone ever grown this lovage? I think I'm saying that right. Lovage? Leafy perennial. This has kind of been on my maybe list for a while. So I think I'll add that to the list because we're getting to the end of this catalog and I do love rue, but I have a rue plant out there. It is gorgeous. It's seeded last summer. So I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of volunteers everywhere. But when it flowers, the pollinators just go nuts for it. So now we're into flowers. Yes, flowers. So this could be a weakness. We could spend all of our seed budget for this company right here, probably. Love, Globe, Amaranth, have grown that many years. Love, Last Bleeding. I haven't grown that in a few years though. I've grown some China Aster, and it's beautiful. Let's see. Oh, Bells of Ireland. That's kind of a tricky one. I did get that to germinate and grow once, and it was pretty, but I don't know if I super love it. I've got the basket flower. I want to start some of those in a milk jug, like today maybe. I still got a lot of winter sowing to do. I've got a lot of calendula seeds still. I do have this color. This is pretty. I'm not seeing anything yet that I'm tempted with, except for maybe this Himalayan celosia. It's kind of pretty. You get 50 seeds. It's really dark. Yeah, I think I might put that on the maybe for now. Yeah, Larkspur Delphinium. Got to be careful with it with your livestock and your pets. Although it's gorgeous. And this is actually my favorite color of Larkspur. And it's that beautiful, pale, kind of lavender blue color. Okay, so we got Forget-Me-Nots, Low Forget-Me-Nots. I think my 4 o'clocks got out of control last year, so I'm not even going to look at those. I actually have this packet of foxglove that I've had for several years, and I'm afraid to plant it because it is so toxic. I just would be feeling horrible if a cat or dog or wildlife animal ate it and died, so I've never planted it. I love black hollyhocks, but I have a bunch of seeds that I saved myself for my own plants. Let's see here. You know, we were doing so good so far. I have not bought hardly anything. I've only got 2 things on the yes, possibly 1 item on the yes. So maybe 2 to 3 on the yes and about 4 on the maybe. I've never grown this Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate. It's an annual that self-sows. I'm going to do some more research on that before I make a decision. Nigella, beautiful. But I have a much more pretty color than that one. Let's see. I've got a ton of marigold seeds. I've got nasturtium seeds. Do not need any of those. I have a bunch of poppy seeds. This is one of my most favorite Scabiosa, a pincushion. Isn't that gorgeous? It's actually much darker and prettier in person. And I've had a hard time trying to capture that too with imaging and pictures. It looks more red here, but it actually does look very dark and striking in person. Kind of like that lower flower here. I just love that plant. I do try to grow that one yearly. Do not any poppies, but snapdragons do well in winter sowing. I tried to grow this safflower last year. It did not do well. Did not do well at all. I don't know if someone ate the seedling. It just kind of died off. So I'm not seeing anything here, guys. Do not need any. Oh, Zebrina. I have grown this before. It is stunning and gorgeous. And I think I might be out of seeds. Maybe. But I do have some that I saved myself. So I just have to find those. So probably don't need to put that on the list. Tithonia is one of my most absolute favorite plants. You can get those seeds. Usually pretty cheap though, like at the Dollar Tree. But isn't it just stunning? This is just a collection of, it looks like flowers, but it's a huge plant. Like we're talking, I'd say 6 to 8 feet tall. It could be 4 to 8 feet wide. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Love it. The flowers feel like velvet. Now that zinnia mix is kind of cute. The Jazzy mix. Really don't need any zinnias. This is one of my favorite plants. Black-eyed Susan vine. I should still have seeds, so I'm not going to order those. These. Another regret. Morning Glory. Alrighty, so it looks, I've got plenty of milkweed growing. Years ago, I made it a point to start lots and lots of milkweed for the monarchs. And I only saw one monarch this past summer. I saw none the year before that. And I don't think anyone ate any of the milkweed except for the milkweed bugs this past summer. So it's looking kind of dire, at least for me in my yard, for the monarchs. How are things where you are? Have you seen a lot of monarch butterflies? I was so hopeful that the one I saw had laid its eggs, but I never did see any caterpillars. And I have a ton of birds, so they could have eaten them if she did lay her eggs and they hatched. I'll just have to keep trying. Don't know what else to do. It's kind of pretty. Ox-eye sunflower. And I don't really like all these mixes, so you can get those like $1 or $2 too. So I'm not going to look at those. I'm not going to look at sunflowers. I have so many sunflower seeds, but they are gorgeous. And wow, that one's pretty Valentine. I've grown this one before. This is cute. Teddy bear. I like that one. It's a dwarf. It's really cute. Okay, so wow. I think we made it through all the seeds. So I'm going to sit here a few minutes by myself here, finish up my coffee, and think about, I'm going to think about what I really want to order. I'm going to do a little research real quick. So I have 3 choices. Might be surprising, might not be. I don't know. I'm really thinking about the bees and the butterflies and the pollinators. So I'm going to go ahead with the ox-eye sunflower, which is not a true sunflower. It's false sunflower. It's perennial, and it will tolerate some poor dry soil. I have an idea in mind of where I'm going to put it, as well as this purple prairie clover. It's going to be in the same area. It's going to be kind of dry clay, poor soil. I think it'll do great there. I've already got a ton of blazing star, ton of purple coneflower in this area that I'm thinking. And then also I've decided I'm going to try the Irish Eyes sunflowers. They're kind of dwarf. Let's see. Yeah. 24 inches to 30 inches tall. So I thought they were really pretty. And I don't know, I just thought, let's try it. It looks a little bit different than a standard sunflower. So I still have to pick about 3 more packs. And my 4th choice of a seed pack is going to be this gorgeous Ruby Parfait Celosia. So I grow, what's it called? Flamingo Celosia. It looks very similar, but it's much lighter in color, but similar kind of a cone shape, elongated there at the tip, the flowering part. So these two will look really pretty together. So yeah, I'm anxious to try that. I think that'll be a good choice for me. And I think I'm going to order these crystal apple cucumbers. I know I said I had enough cucumber seeds, but you can hear Tonto, he just plopped down. I don't know. They seem kind of interesting. I would like to try them. It does look like there could be a lot of gel goo in there in the center with the seeds. But I looked at the reviews online and it looks really promising and very interesting. I decided, yes, I want to try the Hashiko onions, because if I don't have to plant again and again and they're perennial, that sounds like a win-win to me. Kind of sounds like walking onions, but I don't think these are walking onions or similar. It looks like they have a very upright growth pattern. And sometimes I just need green onions, little baby bunching onions like this. I don't really need them to bulb up, so this will be absolutely perfect for me. Last but not least, I picked a tomato. I couldn't help myself. Just one tomato in this order, and I may even try growing it this year. I have wanted to try this one in the past. It's been on my list of ones to try. Almost orange, and it sounds incredible. It is originating from Ohio. So I know they can get that humid weather as well. So I'm hoping maybe this will be a good variety for me. I'll have to look up that location. You know, you've got the Ohio Valley. It can get really humid in the summer. So maybe this is a good tomato. We shall see. It's supposed to be super duper mild, low acid, and it looks pretty. Sounds great. All right, guys. So that's it. That's all of my order. I'm spending exactly $25 after my coupon. I got free shipping, and I will make a short video when we get the seed order in, let you guys see how they come in, what they look like, and the shipping process. I hope you had fun. This was fun for me. Just something kind of easy to do today as I'm kind of getting over this nasty upper respiratory infection. And yeah, I wanted to use my coupon, wanted to just kind of browse the catalog, and I feel like I did a good job. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great week. Bye, guys.